Hi everybody, Dan Illman here with some exciting news. DRF Formulator, the gold standard in past performance information, is now free, exclusively on DRF Bets. Join DRF Bets with the promo code WINNING, get a $250 first deposit match bonus, a $10 free bet, and free Formulator already uploaded to your account. Access Formulator's premium features, including sortable trainer stats, race replays, personalized trip notes, and lots more. Free Formulator, exclusively on DRF Bets. Hi everybody, Dan Illman and Mike Beer. The DRF race of the day for April Fool's Day is race number 7 at Santa Anita. Friday's race of the day is going a mile on the turf for Calibreds. It's an optional claiming event. And let's take a look at this field. You can download free Formulator past performances on the race of the day event page at drf.com. Access them, handicap along with us when you've made your final determinations. Make your plays with DRF Bets. No fooling there. Field of 8 fillies and mares getting set to go a mile on the turf, Mike. The 7 self-isolation looked good on the lead last time out, and Mike tried a social distance once again.
Yeah, I guess they just got to go forward with her. She's got a lot of speed. I feel like her last 2 turf races, since they finally stretched her out on the grass, I think she's run well in both of those races, Dan. And there's upside here, but this feels like a pretty well-matched field to me, too. I think there are several different win candidates in this race.
I agree wholeheartedly. Let's throw up the Timeform US Pace Projector because they do have self-isolation out there on the lead. I'm curious to see how fast this pace is going to be because Smitten by Kitten is stretching out off several sprints. There's a chance that she can get close to the pace. Warrior's Moon didn't break well in her most recent start. Her prior races have shown that she can get close as well. So I think they'll be a little bit more bunched up than Timeform US has them.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it goes. I mean, I feel like you know that the 7 self-isolation's going. I guess Smitten by Kitten would be sort of the key to the pace, Dan, because she's stretching out here for the first time. I mean, she hasn't shown, a ton of speed in her sprint races, but I guess she could still be forward here as they stretch her out.
Now, a horse that would appreciate a little pace up front is the number 1, Clearly Gone, who's been racing an open starter allowance competition and is now entered for the $20,000 claiming option in this Calbred race. Going into her most recent start, she had equaled or exceeded the Beyer par for this level in 5 consecutive races. What happened last time?
I don't know. She didn't run well in her most recent start. Everything she had done prior to that, though, gives her a real chance in this race, Dan. It feels like they're back at the right level with her here. And, to top all that off, she's 8 years old now. She doesn't have the upside that some of these other horses do, but she's won 7 times on the grass already. The rest of this field combined has won 4 races on the turf. So, she's just a very logical player in here. I feel like she can get a good trip from the rail. She's probably going to even be a fair price in this race. I really can't argue against this horse.
Maybe she was just in too tough last time out, facing a couple of next out winners, including the red hot winner of that race, who came back to win her 4th consecutive start when grabbing another $25,000 starter with an 84 Beyer speed figure. Now, you mentioned she's won 7 times in her career. Next door neighbor, number 2, Vivacious Vanessa, is still eligible for a non-winners of 2 life, and she is a 3-year-old filly facing older horses for the first time in her career. But she's done some good things. She's already multiple stakes placed, and she's making her 3rd start of the form cycle with improving Beyers on display. Let's watch her most recent start. It was only a 4-horse field going a mile on the turf. And Mike, somehow she wound up 3 wide most of the way. She's going to make the lead, and she's going to get run down from behind by the favorite.
Yeah, I mean, she runs fine in here. She's only 2nd best in this race. There's really no excuses for her in here, but she still ran a pretty good race here. Another step in the right direction for her. She's just not as good as the odds-on favorite in this race. I sort of felt similarly about her Cal Oaks 2 starts back then. I thought she ran fine in that race. Just, not quite good enough. 3rd best in that spot. I really liked her debut. I thought she showed some real ability in her first career start, and I won't be surprised if she improves again. She has to improve again to beat this field, though.
Warrior's Moon is the number 3. Maybe hard to trust this 5-year-old mare. She's 1 for 20 lifetime. She came close against open starter optionals 2 starts back. Last time out, didn't break very well. It was a slow pace. She got wired, but she didn't run at all.
No, she didn't. She's just one of the horses. I mean, I mentioned in the open, I think there are a lot of win candidates in here. I didn't think Warrior's Moon was one of those. I just felt like she was probably in a little too tough here against some better horses.
The fourth place horse from her most recent race did come back to win with a 78 buyer, but that race came on dirt in a $50,000 starter. Smitten by Kitten's one of the more fascinating runners in this race. She's not exposed. She's only run 5 times in her career. When you look at her pedigree, she's by Kitten's Joy out of Edina, former mare. She's a 3/4 sister to Ramsey Solution, a stakes winner on the turf. She's done good work on the dirt, but she's bred for this surface and especially this distance.
Yeah, those things are all true. That's why it's just really difficult to understand what's been going on with her so far in her career, Dan, because she clearly got better when they switched her to dirt after her first 2 starts on turf. Now, those 2 starts were open maiden races. And boy, she took a lot of money in her career debut last January. Didn't run a step in that race, but obviously something went wrong. I thought she came back and ran a little better off the layoff, but she didn't run great. You know, I don't know. Maybe she'll keep the forward momentum going here as they switch her over to turf. I guess if she's a price, you could take a shot with her in here. But if she gets bet in this race, I don't want her.
The second most prolific winner in this field, behind the number 1 Clearly Gone, is the number 5 Northern Gem. She has won 3 times in her career, but she's never won on turf. 0 for 7, no second place finishes. I could not find an excuse last time out. Her 2 prior sprint races, 1 on dirt, 1 on turf, were fine. Last time out, she just got right up close to the lead, and she couldn't finish with Big Claire, who's also in this field.
Yeah, I mean, she's another horse in here who I thought was really hard to make a case for. She is a 3-time winner, but none of the things that she's done on the track so far, you know, make her a serious contender against this field.
Number 6, Bossy Soul, has been on good form on dirt, arguably against weaker open competition. She was claimed out of her most recent race by an underrated trainer, Steve Knapp. She's only raced once previously on turf. That was a sprint. Maybe she'll do better going long on the turf. She'll be a good price. She's just not my cup of tea.
Yeah, me either. She's going to be a really big price in this race. So if you want to take a shot, I guess you could. I feel like she lands in too tough a spot here off the claim. You mentioned Steve Knapp. He does really, really good work off the claim, Dan, but it's almost all on dirt. His numbers off the claim with turf horses, they're not great.
Self-Isolation goes out for Doug O'Neill, Redham Racing, Mario Gutierrez, and this is a filly that has really improved since stretching out around a route of ground. Let's watch her most recent start, a maiden special weight for Cowboys. And Mario Gutierrez just got her very relaxed on the early lead, and she sprints on home. And boy, does she put the boots to this field. The final 3/16 of a mile, by far the best race of her career, and she could get a similar trip in this spot.
Yeah, she could. She really took a step forward in here. The horse that you see fading to third there, the 5, that was the odds-on favorite. She took a run at this horse around the turn. Self-Isolation just put her away easily and then sprinted home. She was good in that race. I thought she was good 2 starts back as well. Very green still, I thought, in that race 2 back. A little keen, hard to settle off the pace. Still took a big run at the odds-on favorite in the stretch and just got turned away. But she took a run in that race too. This really has a lot of upside.
Completing the field is the number 8. That's Big Claire, who has been beaten at odds of 7-2 or less in her last 5 races. 12 starts, 6 runner-up efforts, including this race back on February the 20th. Now, she was wired in this race, and it was her first start off of a short layoff. But all in all, I thought the trip was there, and at 3-5, maybe you're expected to run down feeling graceful. I think this was her usual effort. She has figures that make her strong, and maybe she just found the right field.
Yeah, I mean, all those things could probably be true here. She's definitely a major player in this race. Since she broke her maiden last March, Dan, I count 7 turf routes. She's settled for second in 5 of those. I don't like those things about her, but obviously she makes a lot of sense in this race.
Let's take a look at our top picks for Friday's race of the day. Self-Isolation, coming off a career best effort, could be loose on the lead, and might not be the favorite.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I didn't think she would be the favorite in here, and I just like her last 2 races a lot, Dan. So I'm going to take her on top. I thought about putting your horse on top too. I think that horse has a real chance to step forward.
I'm using your horse, Self-Isolation, in any kind of multiple race wager. Vivacious Vanessa is where I landed. Now, is she going to have to improve? As Mike mentioned, certainly. She's a 3-year-old filly taking on older horses, eligible for a downwinners of 2 life, facing multiple winners. But I like the way she's finished in some of her races, and especially her career debut over course and distance at Santa Anita. And I think maybe last time, just in that 4-horse field, the trip didn't work out, and that the horse that beat her is okay. 7-2-8-1 for Mike, 2-7-8-4 for me. The Friday race of the day is the 7th at Santa Anita. Best of luck.